What's up everyone, and welcome back to another New Comics This Week previews video. In today's episode, I'm going over all the new releases for July 5th, 2023's New Comic Book Day. Now as always, I'm going over all the new releases from the major publishers and a ton of the indie companies as well. Those new books varying covers, if there's any sort of other important info about those books, I'm going to be going over that too. And of course, which ones I'm going to be getting as well. Now as always, as I begin to talk about these books, just be aware that there's still delays and shipment issues happening amongst all the different publishers. So once it gets closer to New Comic Book Day, everyone, just check with your LCS to see which ones are actually going to be getting in. Now, without further ado, let's talk some comics. I just want to bring this up for you guys if you are new to this channel. I know some of these videos are a little bit more on the longer side, but down below in the description I got a chapter list of all the different publishers I'm going to be going over today, so feel free to jump around this video. The first comic publisher on my list is Dynamite, and the first one's Gargoyles, issue number 7. It's got a whopping 27 different covers. Here's cover A, this is cover B Connor variant, and now finally cover C Perillo variant. Moving on, we got Disney Villains Maleficent, issue number 3. This one's got 20 different covers. Here's cover A, this is cover B Sue Lee variant, and now finally cover C Meyer variant. Moving on, we got a brand new mini-series. It's Gargoyles, Dark Ages, issue number 1. So Dynamite's obviously going in on the Disney stuff. It's got 32 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Alan Qua variant, and now finally cover C Andolfo variant. Moving on, we got Draculina, Blood Simple, issue number 4. This one's only got 12 different covers. Here's cover A. Here's the cover B Linsner variant, and now finally cover C Kayanan variant. Now for the last one coming out from them this week, it is the series finale. We got Lord of the Jungle, issue number 6. It's got 9 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Panazian variant, and now finally cover C Burns variant. Next publisher on my list this week is IDW, and the first one's Sonic the Hedgehog, issue number 62. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Jampol variant, and now finally 1 in 10 4 Drain Incentive variant. After that, we got an event finale. We got TMNT, the Armageddon Game, issue number 8. What do you guys think of it so far? Let me know down below. It's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is cover B variant, and now finally cover C Eastman and Federici variant. Moving on to Star Trek Defiant, issue number 5, and it's got 6 different covers. This is cover A, the main cover. Here's cover B, the Alvarado variant, and now finally cover C, Vilches variant. I got some more Star Trek stuff coming your way. We got Star Trek Deep Space Nine, the Dog of War, issue number 4 coming out. It's got 6 different covers as well. This is cover A, the main. Here's the cover B, Ware variant, and now finally cover C, Price variant. Now finally from them, we got My Little Pony, issue number 14. Here's cover A. This is cover B variant, and now finally a cover C variant. Next publisher on my list this week is Dark Horse, and the first one's Hairball, issue number 4. I missed out on issue number 3. I'm liking it so far. I don't think it's as good as I was hoping it would be. The artwork's pretty solid. It's a very creepy story. I'm just waiting for everything to unfold, but I think it's only... This might be the series finale. I think it's only a 4 or 5 issue mini-series. My honest opinion, since it's got, I think, either a $4.99 or a $5.99 price tag on it, I would wait for a trade paperback, read it all at once, because this is one of those types of issues that you can just blow through really easily. So I think that's the better way to read this story, in my opinion. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Kint variant. Moving on to a brand new one, it's Barnstormers, issue number 1. It's got 8 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Johnson variant, and now finally cover C Lotte variant. Now finally from them, this is the last one. We got Survival, issue number 3. It's only got a cover A. I read the first issue. I honestly did really like it. The artwork was solid. I think it was a great setup for a story, but I talk about it all the time. My shop's been really cutting back on New Comic Book Day. Survival number 2 just didn't make the cut that week, I guess. Didn't see it at the shop, so wasn't able to grab that one. But let me know what you think about down below. If you're still liking the series, maybe I'll see what I can do to find number 2, and I'll pick up number 3 as well. Next publisher this week is ARCOMICS, and the first one is Betty and Veronica, Friends Forever Beach Party, issue number 1, and this one's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A, the main. Here's the Arsenal Comics exclusive, and now finally a Michael McComb variant. Moving on, we got Archie Showcase Digest, issue number 14, Archie and Friends, Christmas in July. It's only got a cover A. Now finally, we've got one that features 2 brand new stories. It's World of Archie Jumbo Comics Digest, issue number 131. Next publisher this week is Source Point Press, and the first one is Nightwalkers, issue number 5. Man, I feel like I talk about this one all the time. I really want to read this series. At this point, I'm probably just going to have to do it digitally or find them online like My Comic Shop or eBay or something like that. I've heard great things about this series. Here's cover A. Now we got a cover B Ricardo variant. I know it's a horror one, and I think Cullen Bunn is writing this one. I mean, Cullen Bunn's a master at writing horror books, so it's right up my alley. Then we got Curse of Cleaver County, issue number 3. This is another one I heard is very good. Here's cover A. This is cover B Brown, Friday the 13th homage variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 Shubina incentive variant. This is the last one coming out from them this week. I've talked about it a few times now. It's Murder by Mail, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we've got a cover B Warner variant. Next publisher on my list is Sumerian Comics, and speaking of hopefully showing up, I've talked about a couple of these books quite a few times now, so hopefully this week is the week. First one's a brand new one, allegedly. Well, for like the last month now, we got Pink Elephant, issue number 1. Here's cover A. Now we've got a cover B Chin variant. Moving on, we got Popsicle Scars, issue number 4. This is another one I talk about constantly. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Sauvage variant, and now finally cover C Slominski variant. Now moving on, this is the last one coming out from them this week, and it is the start of a brand new series. We got Children of the Comet, issue number 1. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Acid Trip variant, and now finally a Sage variant. Moving on, we got Mad Cave Studios. The first one is Nature's Labyrinth, issue number 6, and then the only other one they've got is Under the Influence, issue number 1, so a brand new one coming out from them. Moving on to Vault Comics. The first one's Door to Door, Night by Night, issue number 7. Read the first issue, maybe first 2 issues. It was pretty solid, but 7 issues deep. I missed out on obviously quite a few of them. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Hurt variant. The only other one they've got is Deadbox, issue number 4. I haven't seen Deadbox pop up on this list in a long time. Read those first 3 issues. This is a great series, very unique concept. But if this issue is actually coming out this week, I definitely have to go back and reread the other ones. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Howl variant. Moving on to Ablaze. This one kind of sounds like it's either the series finale or the arc finale. I'm not reading it though, so just be on the lookout for it. It's Traveling to Mars, issue number 7. It's got 7 different covers. I think it's just the end of the arc though. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Kamendarla variant, and now finally cover C Sigiriya variant. Moving on to Valiant, they've got XO Man of War Unconquered, issue number 4. This is cover A, the main. Here's the cover B Malavia variant, and now finally a cover C Bob Hall Classic variant. Then we got Aftershock, and they got one brand new one-shot on the way. It's A Little White Lie, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we got a 1 in 10 incentive variant. Moving on to AWA, we got Sins of the Salton Sea, issue number 2, and it's got 4 different covers. I'm going to be real with you guys. I've always hyped up AWA. They are always at the top of my list on publishers that I'm looking forward to reading, but I don't know. Last couple of months, maybe even this entire year, they haven't been as consistent with their book releases. They usually were good for once a week. There was at least one new book coming out. It's turned into once every couple of weeks, maybe once a month, I feel like. And the last few have been stinkers. Not really haven't been enjoying a lot of them. So I don't know if that's just me, but I hope they get a little bit back on track with a lot of their unique titles. A lot of these lately have just felt not regurgitated, but just, I don't know, just not the same. It doesn't have that vibe anymore. It doesn't feel fun. It doesn't feel fresh. It just kind of feels like they're redoing the same stuff. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A, the main. Here's the cover B, Frank Cavilla variant, and now finally cover C, Film Noir variant. Moving on, we got Whatnot Publishing. They've got the North Valley Grimoire, issue number 2, and it's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B, Rockwell variant, and now finally cover C, Back to the Future Homage variant. Moving on to Titan Comics, they've got one brand new one. It's Doctor Who, Doomsday, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B photo variant. Moving on to Frank Miller Presents, they've got one new one. I talked about this one a few times as well. It's Ancient Enemies, The Greater Good, issue number 1. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Dead Racer Girls variant. Now, finally, this is the last small indie publisher I'm going over this week. It's Red 5, and they've got Fallen, issue number 4. Out of all those publishers, I'm definitely going to be grabbing Hairball number 4 and Sins of the Salton Sea, issue number 2. Next publisher this week is Image Comics, and the first one's Spawn, issue number 343. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Kabar variant. Now, finally, cover C Kabar Virgin variant. Then we've got Monstrous, issue number 45. Moving on to The Walking Dead, issue number 66. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the cover B Adlard and McCage variant. Now finally cover C Hans variant. After that, we got Phantom Road, issue number 5. This series is fire. Absolutely love this shit. Definitely check it out if you can. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B Aja variant. Moving on to No One, issue number 4. That's another solid one from them. Here's cover A. Here's cover B, The Rise variant. And now finally we got cover C, Englert variant. Moving on to Love Everlasting, issue number 9. This is cover A, the main, and followed up with that, we got a cover B Zarkone variant. Moving on to a series finale, we got I Hate This Place, issue number 10. This has been a fun series. I'm not sure how I feel about the whole future take. I don't want to really ruin everything, but they kind of went more of a time traveling route, and I don't know, not really my thing. I wish they would have stuck to On the Ranch with the ghosts and the monsters and all that stuff, but hey, it's been pretty solid so far. I'm excited to see how they wrap it up. Here's cover A, and now we got a cover B explicit variant. Then we got a brand new arc for the Dead Lucky, issue number 7. This is cover A. Now we got a cover B Capuccio variant. Moving on to Nocterra Nemesis Special, issue number 1. Every time Nocterra comes out with one of these specials, it is always fantastic. I recommend checking them out. Obviously, if you're reading the Nocterra series, then definitely. Here's cover A. Here's the cover B Sharp variant, and now finally cover C Chung and Ramos variant. Then we got a series finale for Blood Tree, issue number 6. Moving on to a new one. This one's going to be good. We got Swan Songs, Indies, issue number 1. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Malavia variant, and now finally a 1 in 50 Marazzo and O'Haran variant. I'm telling you guys, I am really pumped for this one. I got a good feeling for it. Moving on, we got Torrent, issue number 5. This is the end of the arc. I kind of gave up on this series. It's just, I don't know. The first couple of issues were just okay and didn't really do anything for me after that. Here's cover A. This is cover B Wolf variant, and now finally cover C Leonardi variant. Then we got a miniseries premiere, Untold Tales of I Hate Fairyland, issue number 1. If you're reading I Hate Fairyland, definitely check this one out. Sadly, I didn't read volume 1, haven't kept up with anything from volume 2, but all of my friends that are reading the series is really excited for this one. So just take that for what it is. Then we got Junk Rabbit, issue number 4. This one's been very good in my opinion. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Robinson variant, and now finally cover C Demoose variant. And there's a total of 4 different covers for this one. Moving on, we got a new one. It's Weird Work, issue number 1. This one's also got 4 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B All Red variant, and now finally cover C Rodriguez variant. Now finally from them, this is the last one. We got Hey Kids, Comics, Schlock of the New, issue number 4. Out of all those issues, I'm for sure going to be getting Phantom Road, issue number 5, No One, issue number 4, I Hate This Place, number 10, Nocterra Special, Swan Songs, number 1, and then Junk Rabbit, issue number 4. Moving on to Boom Studios, the first one's Grimm, issue number 11. I keep hearing great things about the series. I haven't kept up with it. I missed out on, I think, issue number 7 or number 8, and I just haven't gone back to grab the other ones. I did really like what I was reading from the beginning of the series. I think when they kind of made it to, I believe it was Las Vegas, it lost me a little bit, but I've also talked to some other people that said that's when the series really started to take off, so take that for what it is. It's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the 1 in 10 incentive, and now finally a 1 in 25 incentive. Moving on, we've got Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, number 7. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Gabe variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 WADA incentive variant. Moving on to Mosley, issue number 5, and it's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Galori variant, and now finally a 1 in 10 Cambatus incentive variant. Now finally from them, this is the last one releasing this week that they've got. It's Fence Redemption, issue number 2. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Pagowska variant, and now finally a 1 in 15 Vong incentive variant. Out of those issues, I'm definitely going to be grabbing Once Upon a Time at the End of the World, issue number 7. And if I can get caught up on some of the other issues, I'm going to grab Grimm, issue number 11 as well. But moving on to DC, they're having kind of a little bit bigger of a week, but it's all basically the same series that's coming out. You're going to know what I mean in just a minute. But the first one's Adventures of Superman John Kent, issue number 5. It's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Chung variant, and now finally cover C Hayden variant. Now that's what I'm talking about. We got Night Terrors, Batman, issue number 1. There's a ton of these Night Terror books coming out this week, and it's got 7 different covers. Here's cover A. This is cover B Matina variant, and now finally cover C Lee variant. And then we got Night Terror's First Blood coming out. It's got 9 different covers. Here's cover A. This is cover B J Lee variant, and now finally cover C Matina variant. Moving on to some more Night Terrors, we got Poison Ivy, issue number 1. It's only got 6 different covers. This one's cover A, the main. Here's the cover B Lyrics variant, and now finally we got cover C McKelvey variant. After that, it's Peacemaker Tries Hard, number 3. This series is so good. Definitely check this one out. I don't read a ton of DC. I actually haven't seen the Peacemaker show either, but there's been a few times reading this series so far that I actually laughed out loud. I really like this series a lot. The artwork is great too. It's got 4 different covers. Here's cover A, the main. Here's cover B, the Quinones variant. And now finally cover C, movie poster homage variant. Moving on, we got Night Terrors, the Joker, issue number 1. I told you there's a lot of Night Terror books this week. It's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Matina. Now finally cover C, Bianchi variant. Moving on to Steelworks, issue number 2. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Basri variant. Now finally a 1 in 25 Mustafa incentive variant. Moving on to some more Night Terrors. We got Night Terrors Ravager, issue number 1. It's got 6 different covers. This is cover A. Here's cover B, the Matina. Now finally cover C, Masafara variant. Now finally, this is the last one coming out from them this week. And you guessed it, we got Night Terrors Black Adam, issue number 1. It's got 6 different covers. Here's cover A. We've got a cover B Ward variant. And now finally a cover C Silva variant. Out of all those issues, I'm probably not going to be getting any of the Night Terror stuff, mainly because if I was to get it, I would only get like an issue or 2. And I kind of would like to read all of it together. So this seems to me like a hardcover trade paperback type of thing to read. But I am going to be grabbing Peacemaker Tries Hard number 3. I'm telling you guys, if you're a little bit lighter on books, you want to try out a new series, definitely get this one. Now, finishing this video up with Marvel, the first one's Daredevil, issue number 13. Here's cover A. This is the cover B Mooney variant, and now finally Garen Hellfire Gala variant. After that is X-Men 24. It's got 7 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Brooks Corner Box variant, and now finally an Azrar Hellfire Gala variant. Continuing on, we got Thor Annual, issue number 1. It's got 5 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Casa Grande Woman of Marvel variant, and now finally a 1 in 100 Perez incentive variant. Then we've got Venom, issue number 22. It is official. I officially pulled it off of my pull list. You don't have to hear me complain about this series any longer. I'm done with it. It's in the past, although I would like to know how it all wraps up at some point, but it's just not good in my opinion. I really don't like it at all. It's got 5 covers. Here's cover A. This is the Kasara Hellfire Gala variant, and now finally 1 in 25 Beren's Incentive variant. Moving on to Fantastic Four number 9. This is cover A, the main. Here's the Oscar Vega Hellfire Gala variant, and now finally Bianchi variant. Continuing on Marvel, we got Spider-Man number 10. This is cover A, and now we got a Hans Hellfire Gala variant. Then we have Star Wars number 36, and it's got 5 different covers. Here's cover A. This is the JTC action figure variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Garbett Incentive. Moving on to Doctor Strange number 5. This is cover A, the main. Here's the Francis Yu variant, and now finally a Win Hellfire Gala variant. After that is Star Wars Yoda issue number 9. This is cover A. Here's a LaRocca variant, and now finally a Garbett variant. Moving on to X-Men Before the Fall, Sinister 4 issue number 1. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. This is the Kokolo Stormbreakers variant, and now finally a Bandini Hellfire Gala variant. Next one on my list is Edge of Spider-Verse number 4. It's got 4 different covers. This is cover A. Here's the Casanovas Connecting variant, and now finally 1 in 25 Bianchi Incentive variant. Then the next one we've got is Extreme Venomverse issue number 4. It's got 5 different covers. This is the main cover A. Here's the Lashley Symbiote variant, and now finally a 1 in 25 Okazaki Incentive variant. Next one on my list this week is the series finale. We got Venom Lethal Protector Volume 2, issue number 5. This one, now I was just talking all that shit on the other Venom series. If you want a real Venom series, I really like this one. The first volume, not the OG one, but the one that they came out with a couple of years ago, that was also Venom Lethal Protector. Both of those have been very good. I recommend checking them out. Next one we got is X-23, Deadly Regenesis number 5. This is cover A, and now we got a Tyler Kirkham variant A, and be on the lookout for a Virgin variant B. Then we've got Clobberin' Time, issue number 5. After that, we got a big special issue for Captain America. This is the big, massive 750th issue of Captain America, and congratulations on that milestone. It's got 12 different covers. Here's cover A, the main. Now we got a 1 in 10 Carnero Design Incentive variant, and now finally a 1 in 100 Perez Incentive variant. Then moving on, we got a new one, folks. We just cannot get away from her. We got Captain Marvel Dark Tempest issue number 1. They just wrapped up that 50 issue ongoing, at least I think it was 50 issues of it. Marvel said, you know what we need, everybody? We need some more Captain Marvel. Everybody's looking for that. I mean, I'm talking shit on the series. I've read like 25 issues. I thought it was decent at best, but I've heard from some people they did really like it, so I'm sorry for talking shit on your series. It's got 12 different covers as well. Here's cover A. This is the 1 in 100 Perez, and now finally a 1 in 200 Besh Virgin Incentive variant, and now finally coming out from them, we got Marvel Zero issue number 1. This one just collects all of the free comic book day issues from 2023. It's a bunch of different titles. It's got 4 different covers, so it's crazy. I think they're charging like $6.99 for this one. Here's cover A. This is the 1 in 50 Garen Incentive, and they're throwing incentive variants on top of it. Gotta get that money, Marv. I see you out there. And now finally we got a 1 in 50 Gleason Incentive variant. That's all the issues coming out from Marvel this week, folks. My list keeps getting lighter and lighter as the weeks go on. I'm going to be grabbing Daredevil number 13 and Venom Lethal Protector Volume 2, issue number 5. But that's a wrap on this week's new comics, folks. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to comment down below which books you're looking forward to most, which ones you think I'm going to be missing out on the most. If you want to check out some more content, I've got 2 more that's going to be popping up momentarily over there. And thank you again, everybody, and I'll see you in the next one.